And here we go. 10 minutes to go until the rupture. Finally. Good morning, everybody, and praise Bob. Welcome to my kitchen here at 10 minutes of 7 Eastern Standard Time, anyway. That is, assuming the calendar is right this time. But yes, indeed. Here we are once again with the stove. And hello, say everybody, to Bob. J.R. Bob Dobbs, founder of the Church of the SubGenius. And the first thing we're going to do is set Bob on fire as we prepare for the rupture. But yes, it is true indeed. The world is ending at last in just a little less than 10 minutes from now. And the reason why I say that this time, because yes, it's true, we have been saying this every year now, and this is going to be the 26th time or the 25th anniversary of the first so-called real X Day back in 1998. But why are we saying this yet again for the 26th time? Well, two reasons. Number one, we're religious nuts, and religion doesn't have to make sense. I mean, believe me, you know how all the times on Sunday school when you asked all those questions and all they could answer was, well, it's a mystery. So yes, indeed. That's why our great all divine excuse is just that. The other reason, of course, is because, well, it's pretty much well known that the Gregorian calendar is simply not correct anyway. So that has to mean that just that. July 5th, 1998 is here now. I mean, we're finally here at 1998 and not at any time. And so that means the world will be ending in just a little bit more than 10 minutes. After all, I paid my membership to the Church of the SubGenius back in 1994, no less. Bob sold it, I smoked it, and that settles it. So yes, it's true. As far as I'm concerned, the world is ending, and I thank you very much to anybody who's been kind enough to show up. And oh yeah, hi for Jim 44. Well, yeah, nice of you to say so. So thank you very much. And obviously, you had to be here to tell me that. Yeah, no, I get it. But hey, it doesn't matter after all. I mean, we only have 10 more minutes left to make videos. So yes, I'm definitely going to um yeah. So really, this is the last video pretty much until the world ends. Hey, good morning, Panic. Nice to see you here. And yes, indeed. There are some folks who may know that this is actually the second time this year we are having a countdown. It's because the first X Day was in New York. And it was, in fact, almost a month ago on June 13th, I believe it was, in fact. Oh, yeah. No, the 11th. I'm sorry. I got the date wrong. But that, again, is for a couple of reasons. One, we wanted an excuse to have a really fun rock and roll party. Good morning, Jose Latia. It's nice to see you at this time of morning. Thank you very much to everybody. Yeah, well, yes, and it's nice to see you as well. But thank you very much to everybody who's been kind enough to show up at this time of the morning here. I mean, obviously, it's difficult for some people to get up at this time of the day. So I very much appreciate everybody who's been kind enough to show up and say hi. And hello, Sonia. Good afternoon from the Netherlands. Yes. Well, if for you, that means it's already July 5th. And so, at least in theory, 7 a.m. has already passed. But again, that's because this is the true 7 a.m. And at this point, we are down to 6 minutes to go. Yeah. But as I mentioned, yes, we did actually have the first real X Day festival in New York earlier in last month in June. I keep saying that. And well, we did indeed wait for the saucers to come and pick us up. And well, that turned out to be a bust. So, well, that can only mean just that we've got the real thing coming here right now. Never mind the fact that this is the 26th time we're doing this. I mean, after all, again, the point is we have faith. And we're not the only religion to have a failed apocalypse prophecy anyway. I mean, the Jehovah's Witnesses have done it at least 3 times. The Seventh day Adventists are founded on a doomsday prophecy. And anybody who knows the story of William Miller and his prophecy of the world coming to an end, when was that? Like 1844, I think it was. I mean, heck, we have end of the world prophecies every single year from some nutcase or another. So why not from this nutcase here on YouTube Live? And anyway, if nothing else, besides, I've got another excuse to play with cast iron. So what's so bad about that anyway? As you can see, Bob is already smoking, and I'll show him off for you yet again. Here he is. Notice this pan is getting nice and dark already from use, and I'm actually quite happy with that. But yes, he is here. For the record, by the way, this is not the only J.R. Bob Dobbs cast iron skillet anymore. There is actually a second one in existence, and at this time, as far as I know, yeah, have a good day, Jose. And so, well, don't worry. You don't need to. You won't need to go to work. The world ends in 4 minutes. This is the end. You're doing this, absolutely, Jeff Smith. I mean, after all, like I said, I'm a religious fanatic. Of course, I'm doing this. So, and besides, we are down to just about 4 minutes to go. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. There is in fact a second J.R. Bob Dobbs cast iron skillet in existence, and at this time, unless something happened during delivery, it is in fact in the possession of Reverend Ivan Stang. You see, I sent the second one especially to Stang so that he could take it onto the escape vessels of the X-ists when they arrive as well in just about 3 minutes. And then, so yeah, you better believe I'm excited. I mean, hell, I was there in 1998 when the first time happened, and when the Exes failed to show up, then they covered Stang with honey and feathers, and then threw him out into the pond. So, but I've nothing to worry about. Um, I mean, after all, as I said, this is the real thing. Yeah, so it's not like I have a backup plan or anything like that. I mean, after all, I mean, since of course I have faith that the world is about to end. I mean, it's not like I have all this stuff here for after it, for after the apocalypse happens. This is all just for show. Let me reassure you of that. Because after all, we are now down to less than 2 minutes to go. And so that means, quite frankly, when we're all whisked away and they start nuking all the major cities on Earth, except for the ones, of course, that we want to save, um, then I mean, really, just worrying about my stove is hardly going to be the last thing. I mean, hardly going to be the least important thing. And we're down now to 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. So yeah, this is it. We're getting into the final countdown. And no, I never really was crazy about that song by Europe either. On the other hand, one of my favorite movies was was of course the classic War of the Worlds from 1953, and everybody remembers how that one counted down when the flying wing was getting ready to drop the A bomb. It's like attention, attention, 40 seconds. And yes, it is. And now we're down to 30 seconds. Here we go. 20 seconds. And this is it. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Fuck them if they can't take a joke. And come on, let's go. Come on. Well, Why isn't anything blowing up? Come on, I'm all prepared. What? No, 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 this can't be. I mean, really? Are you telling me that Bob lied to me? Is that what it is? Come on. Oh man. Okay, how about this? How about this? Let me get out some money. How about this? Come on, Bob. Look, I've got money. Come on. No? Ah, crap. Panic, are you there? Well, if you are, ah, crap. Oh, damn it. Looks like it's in. Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay, well, nuts. I guess looks like we got screwed again. Damn it! All right, Bob. I'll tell you, Bob, if you weren't already dead, I'd kill you right now. Well, may not have had the chance to kill Bob this time, but hey, at least I did get to set him on fire. Yeah, look at these nice scorch marks and everything. Well, all right, that means right now there's no choice but to put plan B into action. And what is plan B? Oh, that's easy. Plan B is breakfast. So that means we better get going here because, of course, we can't do this forever. Damn it. That means I'm going to have to go to work in an hour. Ugh. So, yeah, I definitely don't have a lot of time. Well, then, let's get this going. And, well, let's try not to be too depressed, folks. Depressed the fact that the world hasn't ended. And we're just going to have to hang around for another year. Well, we will be sure to have some fun doing so. But let's get things started here, and let's start by using Bob's very own sausage. How about that? And so there we go. This should be more than enough, in fact, so that even though the world hasn't ended, at least we're going to get some breakfast. So here we go. I better throw in a little bit of butter into this pan. In fact, there we go. Anyway, that didn't work. Oh, not a little bit of sausage fell out. There we go. That means now time to put the other plan into action. And let's make some S.O.S. here. This happened, as I mentioned, just last month as well at the Real X-ists Festival in New York. The saucers did not show up, and so we took some S.O.S. for breakfast because I realized just now, S.O.S., of course, you know what that all stands for. Yeah, it's sausage gravy or just gravy on bread or toast. But of course, the name for it is S.O.S., and everybody knows what it stands for. Yes, shite on a shingle. Because I realize this is about the most appropriate breakfast you could have if you are standing there with egg on your face. Wait, because the saucers haven't arrived yet again, because the world hasn't ended. Because after all, well, Bob has given us shit once again. So, if if life serves you shite, then you might as well make some shite on a shingle and enjoy yourself. Guys, this smells pretty good too. But I really did not I did not was not introduced to sausage gravy until after I started on going on road trips to the south with for my job. So for me, I grew up most of my life not knowing anything about sausage gravy. And yeah, that's what I get for being a Yankee. So But I've certainly since made up for it because heck, not only is it easy to make, but it's delicious. What's more, the sausage gravy I'd had when I was first introduced to it was the kind you get at your typical continental breakfast at like Motel 6 and Holiday Inn and those other places. So, you know, the kind that they serve, in the hotel restaurant in the morning. Not exactly the best quality. And when you make it yourself, it is indeed so much better. So that's why, even though, as I said, even though I'm disappointed that the world hasn't ended, this is certainly cheering me up. And I kind of hope it encourages folks to make your own breakfast rather than just simply throwing something in the microwave because, this is very relaxing therapy. Yeah, next year, in fact, Panic, you're going to have to come here so that we can go onto the sausages. So we can go onto the saucers together, of course, but also, well, if nothing else, you'll get a good breakfast. And yeah, by the way, this is in fact a modern day lodge cast iron pan, and there's a story behind why this cast iron pan has Bob's face on it. But just as important, it also demonstrates. Are you seeing any sticking, folks? I certainly aren't. No, I'm not, rather. Boy, I can't even get my sentences straight. Still, here we go. Have to make sure it's thoroughly cooked, that is. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, maybe they're just late. Well, you never know, Panic. I mean, after all, that's the other thing. X Day could happen at any time. For all I know, it's going to happen in the next few seconds, and we could all just be whisked away to onto the pleasure saucers for our journey to Planet X. And I certainly hope so. Because I don't know about you, but yeah, I'm kind of tired of this rock that we're stuck on. Anyway, hello, Sonia. Meat from a roll. Yeah, we don't have that in the Netherlands. Well, yeah, exactly. Welcome to America, where we have all kinds of wonderful things to eat here. And actually, yeah, I'm sure you folks in the Netherlands have been told about the wonderful foods we have in America. Stuff like hot dogs, for instance, or Walmart frozen microwave burritos and other fun things like that. But we have also taken pretty much the best foods from all over the world and made them ours. I mean, I seriously doubt sausage gravy was invented in the United States, but it certainly is a nice tradition to have. Panic. I think I'm going to build my own saucer next year. I'll build a saucer. You bring the breakfast. Well, I'd say we have a deal. That looks like something to look forward to. And yeah, well, thank you very much, Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith, there was a former moderator of the cast iron cooking group named Jeff Smith. I don't suppose you would be the same Jeff Smith. Granted, Jeff Smith is a very common name, so if not, well, then my apologies. But even so, but yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's really easy to throw together. Even though this lodge pan has yes, it does have a rough surface. As you can see, there's no problem at all with the sticking, and I don't have any problem with, there are no burn bits, not yet anyway. So that's one of my pet peeves, and that would be people grinding down cast iron pans for no reason at all. It is true that there are some Asian-made cast iron pans that have really rough surfaces. I know of at least one person, in fact, that she actually cut her finger on one of the sharp edges on a Asian cast iron pan. If that's the case, or if you have real reasons to grind down a pan, I would certainly say to go ahead and do so. However, getting a non-stick surface in your cast iron is not a good enough reason, as far as I'm concerned, to grind down a pan. So that's why I have not ground down any of my modern day lodge pans, even though I have quite a few. I have this one here. Oh yeah, that also reminds me. I better introduce another cast iron pan. Say hello to the United States of America. Come on, let's try it this way. There we go. And yeah, this in fact is a cast iron pan in the shape of the United States. And I'm putting this one into use here so that we can toast some bread and have some, I guess you could call it SOT, shite on toast. But yeah, I have to say this does look good. That was a long time ago. Oh, you are the same Jeff Smith. Well, it's nice to see you again. Pleasure to see you. Yeah, the cast iron cast iron cooking group is still in existence, and they still have over 400,000 people in it. Although, I mean, my activities in the group have kind of decreased as well, but that was really just my own choice, largely because I've been kind of busy doing other things, including running my own YouTube channel. Nonetheless, that group is still a lot of fun. And since you are the same Jeff Smith, and you obviously know all about sausage gravy, which means I had better start throwing in a little bit more butter so that we can have ourselves a roux and bring on the gravy. And this is not going to take very long, folks, either. I mean, even though the Cast Iron Wednesday videos I've been doing have typically run for like an hour to an hour and a half, I'm not going to take that long. Because, of course, it's a Wednesday morning and a lot of us have things to do. But if nothing else, I'm hoping I can provide a little bit of entertainment, which is why I do these cooking videos. It's an excuse to cook, but I find it's also a lot of fun. So let's just throw in a little bit of flour. That's probably enough. Looks like about a quarter cup. And whoa, watch myself there. Away we go. Yes, for Sonia in the Netherlands, this is, I'm not sure if you have gravy like this here in the Netherlands, but as you can see, this is all we need to do. You can probably even turn the temperature down, the flame down a little bit. Throw a little bit of, fat or grease, in this case butter, and flour into the pan. And then once we do that, time to get out the milk. I should probably do this for maybe a few more seconds because I really need to cook the flour. I don't want this to taste like flour. But this is only going to take a few seconds because, yeah, that's the other thing about cast iron. It makes an excellent gravy. And my real difficulty is that the gravy becomes too thick. So I have to keep thinning it out. There we go. We add it, but as you can see, it's starting to thicken up already. That sure didn't take long, did it? When I bought my first skillets, I told my husband not to touch the pans and not to use them. That's what we call cast ironitis. But yes, it does take a special kind of person to be able to use cast iron. And hopefully you can count your husband in that crowd. Right. Now just keep adding the milk until it gets to the right consistency. Because as you can see, it doesn't take long at all for this to thicken up. And as I mentioned, that's the thing about cast iron. Again, it'll keep getting thickened for pretty much as long as I make it. I have to keep thinning it out right until the moment I serve it. Damn, Bob, now I have to go back to work. Yes, exactly. Have a good morning, Jeff. I'm sure isn't taking long, that's for sure. Hello, Modern Tent Camping. More flour than I use. A little flour goes a long way. Yeah, I might have, in fact, used too much flour. I think I probably used about a quarter cup. Maybe I should have just used a little bit less, but that's okay. Just means we have to add more milk to thin it out. Because, you know, whoever said there is such a thing as too much gravy? I still have a low heat on, which means this should thicken up nicely. However, once we do, now that we're this far in, time now, come on, you know what? Let's move over here and cut ourselves some bread for toast. A couple of nice thick pieces of bread. This is probably more than enough, in fact. This to the side. There we go. Yeah, this sausage is looking nice. Which means you get to move over here. Oh, yeah. Need a knife. Always forget something. Thank you for your patience. What did I just do now? Oh, I just minimized the window without even realizing it. Good morning, John Sir 5. Nice to see you. I'm sorry to say the world didn't end again. So we are currently into plan B, which is we're making some breakfast. We are having S.O.S, in fact. As you can see, the gravy is getting to the point where it's just about ready. This butter may very well be too hard. All right, then in that case, probably should just simply get out some spread because that's what it's for. It spreads out much easier. Also has a less chance of burning when we toast it. There we go. A little bit here. And you don't need a lot either. I wish I had gravy when I was growing up, sausage gravy, but unfortunately it was unknown in our family. Probably because I came from an Italian family, so I never, as I mentioned, I never had the opportunity as I was young to have sausage gravy, and that's a shame because I very quickly learned to love it. Stirring this. Because I don't want it to burn. However, let's head over to our it's getting hot already. To our United States pan and toast ourselves up some bread, even while we are still stirring the gravy, which again is thickening up again. So yes, indeed. Oh, you know, the Church of the SubGenius, they actually sell a Bob toaster. It makes it actually does bread with Bob's face on it. And I'll tell you, for a moment, at this particular time, having one of those toasters would be pretty nice because, you know, then I'd be able to actually, since we're making, you know, S.O.S, I guess you could say, that means we're actually gonna shut on Bob. And yeah, he definitely deserves it after this. Oh, Bob took my money. I did not get to destroy the world again for $30. So gosh, it only means that I've met a lot of really great people in the Church of the SubGenius. I've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of great parties and some great experiences. Oh, Yeah, I guess you could say that's probably worth $30. So, if nothing else, I mean, even though Bob may not have destroyed the world, I would still say I got my money's worth out of the church. Glad the world ending is late. Yeah, exactly. Well, there's always next year. All right, I'll see you. I'll see you later this morning. Panic. Have fun, everybody. But we are just about done. I mean, it's been about half an hour now since this live video started, and I appreciate everybody's patience. Really, just a matter. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's dig out one more plate. And in fact, I'd say we're just about done. I mean, I'll make the rest of this toast, but I'm not asking everybody to stay around much longer than that. Because the important part is done. Namely, the world didn't end again. But there we go. So, some toast. Thin out this gravy one more time because, as I mentioned, cast iron tends to thicken the gravy. There we go. And because there's sausage in this, there's plenty of salt. But I don't see any reason not to throw in a little bit. Well, nuts. Did I just. Sorry. How the hell did I do that? I can't believe I did that. All right. Throw in a little bit of pepper. You can drop that in the gravy. Oh, well. Okay. And with that, I'd say we're just about ready here. Let's get a serving spoon, because there we go. The world may not have ended, but we have breakfast. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Let's move back over to here. We have breakfast. There we are. Once again, it's time for some good old S.O.S. Doesn't that look tasty? Yum. Actually, it does. So let me turn off the heat now. But there we go. Here is our X-day breakfast of S.O.S. Because Bob gave us shite once again. And that means we're just going to have to do this all over again next year. Too bad about the world continuing, but the gravy looks delicious. Yes, exactly. I mean, after all, we take what we get. You get what you pay for. And this didn't cost very much either. The most expensive part here was the gravy. Heck, this is bread from Wally World. So there we go. So thank you very much, everybody. And thank you for tagging along as I made a fool of myself yet again. And as noted, the world has not ended yet. But we get to enjoy some breakfast nonetheless. And so that also means, well, I'm just going to have to do another Cast Iron Wednesday video live at 8 p.m. tonight. So thank you very much, everybody, for dropping by. And I will see you all tonight. Thank you. Yes, have a good day, Sonia and John Surf and everybody who's kind enough to be watching. And for Morris family, have a great day and a great year. Absolutely. The best to you, too. And I hope you all folks had a good 4th, too. They were shooting off fireworks in my neighborhood nonstop for 4 hours last night. Didn't stop till after midnight. So I'm a little bit tired, but, well, could be worse. Thank you very much, everybody. And go have yourself some breakfast. Have a good day.